singers?
I have a list from last semester.
Have you listened to them?
No.
Why not?
But I can.
Why don't you just go listen to those people?
Okay.
Listen to them and see what you find interesting about their voices. And see what you find similar about the way they approach things,
Okay.
different, and get that tonal aesthetic in your mind. For heaven's sake, Jim, tip of your tongue. Oh, reading. What if you did some reading on, let's see, what would you Google to get some appropriate articles? Google like the following search terms, maybe low larynx, do like singer, low larynx, high soft palate,
Okay.
and see what comes up. You can include something like wide pharynx, and see what sort of articles come up, because they're all going to be talking about space.
What is pharynx?
Your pharynx is basically the back of your mouth and your neck, the interior, that space in there.
Okay.
Your larynx is this thing, you know where your soft palate is, you know where your tongue is. So like what you see in the way back, my throat way back there behind everything, that's pharynx.
Okay.
The throat wall, sort of. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't open your mouth. If you do the fist thing and completely relax, look how your mouth opens. That came open. You can't really sing E up there. It's gonna have to be Ayla. Just sing that once with your fist.
I think that's right.
What's the top note? It's a G.
It's a D and then a G.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you. Oh, it's almost right. Oh. I did the wrong note at the beginning. So start right at the change the vowel from E to A. Wide open as you can get it. Zishtan. Good. Try your A longer. Good. Now put a lot of O in the A. Oh. Go O. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Try hard. Oh. Do it again in your chest voice. Oh.
Oh.
That's a great sound. Oh. We're good. Now do the same thing up hard. Oh. I can't go to the falsetto. I sound like a Wookiee. Oh, and then do it in your head voice without moving your throat and without shutting down. Oh. No, that's Oh. Make yourself try that L thing up higher. More. Are you yawning? Oh. And don't push your breath out. Oh. Keep crackling to it. Not bad. I think we need a lot more space. Let's play for a minute. I just wanted to toy with that. Let's play with ah for a minute. Last week we were going oh, we were doing 3 notes or 2. 3, and you really found some release in there, right? Let go of your neck. No tight neck. Dive for just a second. Stretch, and it's like you're going to throw yourself over that way. You feel that? Good. Just leave that there. Good. Leave yourself sort of there. I should just go ahead and stand back up a little bit. Leave yourself there, and then just drop your shoulders. Drop your arms, whatever these things are. There. And stay right there. Without locking up. Keeps that relationship going. And now, feel your throat drop. As you yawn. Feel it? And then just make a noise.
Oh.
That's good. Again.
Oh.
Good. Make the noise a little bit higher, but the same noise.
Oh.
Do it again.
Oh. Oh.
And that's ah. Oh. Good. Start clean. Oh. Bigger yawn. Not bad. Try it again. Not bad. Take a breath and just suspend it for a second. Then suspend it. Leave it in. Stay there. Keep breathing in. Now start without moving. Pretty good, but I feel you do this. That's what Sarah was after with you pushing the piano around.
Okay.
Is to find a way for you not to be sinking that all in when you sing. When you do that, think about this. One of the things we're working on is to get the breathiness out of your sound. If there's too much air blowing, it makes a breathy sound. When you're collapsing that, it's actually you're allowing too much air to blow.
Okay.
What this helps you do, by keeping the outness of it, it holds your diaphragm down. But your diaphragm is responsible for blowing your breath out, right? When it lets go, it inhales for you. And then if you let it go and it flies back into position, it blows all the air out of your lungs that fast. Just because the diaphragm relaxes, flies up, and there's your breath. But when we keep this engagement, that prevents the diaphragm from relaxing. It keeps it pulled down. So that's why I don't want that to collapse on you. So you don't blow too much breath.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you just crackle for a minute and go, do that for a minute. Keep doing that. You're probably not sinking in, are you, down here? Because there's not much breath coming out. So that's about how much breath should be coming out.
Okay.
Now can you combine it with Not bad. Go. Oh.
Oh.
Good. And can you do that same thing and break over your head voice?
Oh.
Oh, not bad. Do it again. And when it breaks to head voice, not even bigger.
Oh.
Oh yes. Do it again.
Oh.
And get as loud as you can get. Crack it.
Oh.
But more important than the loud is the more of that feeling. That's really good. Do it again.
Oh.
Good. Now once you get it up there, just sustain it for a minute.
Oh.
So it was great at the beginning, and then it sort of flew apart on you. I felt like your larynx went up, and you got panicked. In a sense, if you could learn to hold open like when it first cracks up there, it's really good. If you could work to maintain that without letting it go, it's sort of almost like a little fight or flight reaction that goes, oh. Can you prevent it from happening? Can you be bold enough to make that noise, get it in your head voice, and then sustain it without letting things close or collapse? Try it. Oh. Fight by opening more. And I see your mouth gradually closing. I want everything to keep stretching open the longer you hold it. And you have to keep like, oh. It feels like you're doing that. It should feel like that while you're singing. Singing is so much fun. Try it again. Yeah. You're fighting for it now. Yeah. And you won part of the fight.
Yeah.
You won at least 50, I'd say 65% you were winning. What is the fight for you? What is that fight?
I don't know.
Do it again and figure it out. Figure out what wants to take over and what you have to do to prevent it from happening. You can win this fight. Exaggerate. Almost. I see you going, biting your jaw down, and it cracks. Can you give yourself like spacers inside that won't let you close? And then all the way back into here. So throw up a little bit. Really deep. This is a little extreme, but we're trying to, we're on this continuum thing. And right in the middle is where we want to be. And what I'm demonstrating is way over here, the crazy land. But where you are is way over on this side.
Yeah.
In the other crazy land. Not as far as you used to be, though. You're approaching the middle, but then you turn and you run from it. So I'm trying to get you to try to be in crazy land with me over here. And that may swing you pretty close to the middle.
Okay.
Try it. Come on, come to crazy land. Deep. Yes. No, you're singing now. You stop being crazy and fighting for it. You gotta stay crazy. We get your T-shirt that says "Stay Crazy." No, that's your old way. There you go. Can you do that again? Like you got it at the end. Great. And if it's easier to just start on it, that's fine. Or if it's easier to break up to it, whatever. But you just did something. You moved your tongue more dramatically. More, come. What are you doing when you make that change?
Opening my mouth more.
And you're opening it. Actually, you're opening the back more too. How far can you go with it? Good. Yeah, the last part's just for fun. Right. That's the land that you're headed for.
Okay.
Do you have a sense of that?
Yeah.
Can you now look for it in your own practice? You think you can travel that direction?
Yeah.
Once you get there, how does it feel?
Feels like a lot of work.
What kind of work?
Like
everything, trying to get it all to do the right stuff? Or
yeah.
It's like you have a habit of being so sort of closed up in here, unless you're in your chest voice. But I mean, even like from your speaking voice, your habit is to be very, very, not to come out. And I'm not saying anything about your personality, but that is, it's like sometimes I have to strain to hear you talk. So I don't think that's not a natural thing. It's not a thing you're accustomed to, so it doesn't feel natural. So we really got to like take a shoehorn and get you opened up inside. Does that make sense? Do some more of that. That's excellent work. Keep going. Further. Good job. Feel okay? Is that all right when you get there?
Mm-hmm.
See if you can start there and then go further beyond it. Yeah. Good job. Is that all right? Start there and go further. More. Experiment. And move. And keep moving your tongue up. Yeah, it's better the more you let your tongue do that. Good. You can do it. All right. In the words of a friend of mine, hover over the porta potty. So you're at the state fair, and you're going to go into a porta potty, and you're going to vocalize, and then the police are going to come, and you're going to be humiliated. They're going to drag your porta potty away with noises coming in. So, and that's to get your body. So you stay up here and get way down so that you're having to really work. Open more. Oh! Oh! Not bad. Now do this. Oh! It's okay. Come back down here. Exaggerate. Oh! Good. What does E do like that? Good. Stretch it. Good. Stretch it. Look for it. Look for it. Look. Good. You've got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
We're hearing bits and pieces of more and more of it. And that's exactly what I want. So, keep working. It may feel like a lot of work to you. It shouldn't make this sore or tight or irritated, all that sort of stuff. It may feel weird in there. It may feel really uncoordinated and awkward. It may feel like this is completely closed. But that's a different feeling. Oh! That feels closed completely to me, but it actually feels good. Now, if I went, that would feel terrible. It's a different sensation. So start to really make sure you can identify, does it feel weird and awkward? Or does it feel burning, tired, sore, that sort of thing up here? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that would be bad, but the other stuff is fine. Now your body has got to work harder. I mean, it's like doing physical labor. It's like, do you like to do physical things? Do you go to the gym, or do you like to do physical labor sort of things? Do what?
Frisbee.
You do Frisbee. Well, you're engaging your body pretty well in Frisbee. But if you were like lifting weights or moving furniture or something, think about how your body would have to be, really the whole thing would have to be like, or gotta carry this couch over here. You'd have to be really sort of using your whole body. And singing is that athletic. Ho-ay-yo, ho-ay-yo, no-ay-yo. Oh, you really are working in your body. And it's going to feel, you're going to feel the muscles. I mean, if we come over and we touch your body, and here, oh my God, I can't show you how fat I am. But if it's like, just sort of nothing engaged, then you're not working enough. So it's flexible, but it's engaged like you're doing a real physical activity. And sometimes if you can do things like, we've done the pick up your leg while you sing thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that's helpful is because then you have to balance. You have to somehow balance, and that can use your body. Want to do one of these and do that? So like, oh. So get this, and keep it moving, and you have to stay perfectly balanced. Get your space. Hey, that was pretty good. You stayed pretty connected. It didn't sort of come and go. You stayed stable because you were having to constantly keep adjusting your body to stay. So maybe this is going to be your calling card. Along with hovering over the porta potty, you're the performer that does this while she sings. So we've got Die Nacht. Oh, I took all my stuff into the car. Why did I do that? Tell me what else you've got. I love this song. Are you liking the song? I think it's a beautiful song. It's one of my very favorite songs. I love the poetry too. Thank you, by the way, for knowing what you're singing. Good for you.
Sarah, she helps me with it last class.
Good. Last voice lesson, trying to with the translation and all.
Yeah. And then she told me to write down each individual word.
Yeah. So that you know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Great. What else do you have?
This is it.
Just 2 pieces? Tell me again what music you own.
The medium high.
Italian, you got the Italian book. What about any of the soprano anthologies? You should buy 1 or 2 of those.
Okay.
They're really good buy. You can buy them on Amazon or wherever. Get them used if you want to. But they're very useful books. So there's one, that's what this is out of actually, I think. Here's what I suggest. Buy at least 1 of these books. You can probably find 2 or 3. They may be even bound together. It's called the first book of soprano songs, solos, songs, something like that. The second book of soprano songs, the second book, part 2, blah blah blah. But the factor that you're looking for is that they're all compiled by a woman named Joan Boytim, Boytim, and so you'll see that whole series of things, and there are probably 5 or 6 different volumes for soprano alone. Look at the contents and buy the volume that's got Die Nacht in it. It'll have 18 other songs in it too, but Die Nacht, and then maybe splurge and buy yourself 1 of the other soprano volumes, because they're all a great mix of languages and styles, and it's mostly really good singable stuff. Some Handel arias and things like that. But can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So we need to get you more songs, though. I'd love to choose them out of this book, though, which I don't have with me. I'm going to give you a project, okay? Your project is to email me, ASAP, or text me and say, more rep, please. And let me look when I get home, I'll look in my copy of this book, and I'll try to pick you another couple of songs. And Sarah may have a song she wants to give you. Do you have a 2:30 thing today?
No.
Can we spend 2 minutes? And can you sing Die Nacht again?
Yeah.
But can you sing basically the whole thing every time you're singing, doing some sort of movement? Do you do ballet at all?
No.
Can you make up ballet? And the thing that you got to keep all the time is yes, yeah. Or like you're doing river dance or something like that. You have to keep the strength in your body, and then you just move slowly, do whatever you do with your arms and legs. Do that while you sing. Okay? It's going to be fun. So, your job, and you don't, your job is to keep your elegant body while you do ridiculous made-up ballet, and keep really trying to yawn and let that tongue release up more and more and more on every syllable. It's like you sort of throw up your whole song then. Nice. Don't publish this video, please, ever. Okay, so keep your strength, and they can be slow movements or whatever. Open your mouth. Good one. Open on top. Feel the space first. Good. And so, oh, so close. Good. And while you're holding it, work on it. Keep working. I think you should breathe there. I think that you should absolutely breathe there, so that you can sing Zeeland Zela without a word. And it's a separated thought anyway. I think it's ausgeplündert steht der Strauch. Rücke näher, Zeeland Zela. How do you feel about that? It's
Yeah.
so try. And the longer you hold it, the more you try to go and throw up. It's not big enough. Oh, open. Work it as you hold it. Open more and more. Not bad. I want that same set up beginning earlier. Oh! Trust that. What makes you want to run away from that?
Then it doesn't sound like the word.
To you, inside your head, hearing through the bones of your head, not like the rest of us out in the real world. Could it be that simple that you don't want to make noises that don't sound like the word in your own mind?
Maybe.
What if you simply made that noise? Don't worry what the word is. Do it again. Make that noise to the best of your ability. Much better. Make it even better. Commit to it more. Oh. Good. Now start clean. Oh. But not too hard. Oh. I liked it better the first time. When you were running from it. But do you have a glimpse of what you're looking for space-wise? You're looking for the sound that doesn't sound right to you. That's what's going to be gorgeous out in the room. Remember that we've had that little talk about not trusting what you hear, right? Have we had that little talk about how you hear yourself, how we hear ourselves? How do we hear ourselves? Do we hear ourselves like through our outer ears, like everybody else hears us? Like if I'm talking, you hear me only through your outer ears. But I hear me 75% from the inside out because I'm making the noise inside me.
Yeah.
So I'm getting bone conduction from the inside to my ears. And then that's blending with just about 25% of this. And so it gives me a particular idea of what I think I sound like, which is nothing like what I really sound like in the room. Well, you listen to yourself on tape and you're like, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's my voice, really? I sound like that?
Yeah.
So you mustn't trust it. It's not accurate. Record yourself and you can trust that much more. Okay, you did some really good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.